I'm Mike Miller, CEO and President of iTHINK Financial Credit Union. And today we're going to talk about why iTHINK, why you should join iTHINK, why if you're a member you should use more of our products, and basically what makes us different. So to join me today is Jeff Kohlhagen, our CFO of the credit union. He does a great job here at iTHINK Financial. And we just want to talk about why you should use iTHINK. So can you, Jeff, share a story or a time that you saw the credit union truly change a member's life?
Sure. And thank you for letting me join you. There's lots of times actually, and one that I think of is when a member maybe comes in and says, you know, I would like to have an auto loan. I'd like to buy my first car, and you know, maybe they don't have the best credit, and our team helps them. You know, they advise and give them guidance on how to improve their credit, maybe help with a small personal loan to help build credit, and then over a few months they're actually able to get their credit score up and actually able to buy that car, and just the pride they have in being able to buy a car or even their first home, I think is really where I see us making a difference for members.
Yeah, for me, I've been in the business nearly 40 years now, and I can remember 30 years ago, a member came into our office, and we had just given him a car loan, and he goes, come on, you got to come out and see my car, my new car. You guys just loaned me the money. And I went out there, and I got inside the car, and he was just beaming from ear to ear. And really, that's what makes it all worthwhile, right? Much of what we do sometimes is intangible. We're pushing papers around or making decisions that are based on numbers, but when you actually see a member and the pride of ownership that they have in, whether that's, like you said, the car or a home or whatever it is, it truly makes a difference in their lives. So that's what's really cool to me.
Yeah, and when it's more than just getting that loan, but actually being part of helping them get to where they can, get that loan and get their car,
right,
or their house is really a special thing for us.
So what are you most proud about our organization right now?
So what I would say is us being involved in the community. That is a major focus for our credit union, or is just part of our credit union, is being involved in the community and caring about our neighborhoods that we're in. One instance that I have found was really a great experience was we decorate a house for a Habitat for Humanity house, and you could easily just buy some furniture and or pay to have someone buy furniture, and our employees actually go and they learn about the recipient of the house and make decor, or buy decor that fits that particular person, like more than just writing a check. They're trying to make it a loving home, for those people, and that just shows the heart of our staff and of our team, and really what the credit union's about.
Yeah, I know our teammates, as you said, really are involved and devoted to that. Of a weekend, they'll be there the whole Saturday and Sunday, setting up the whole house, each room to the specific characteristics that the member wanted, right? They chose exactly what they wanted, and they have no idea that we're doing it. We just go in and do it. And it like you said, it's so moving to see that. But our over 400 teammates last year attended over 1,000 events throughout community events. And it really speaks to our mission, which is about providing service excellence to our members and the communities in which we serve. So a shout out to all of our fellow workmates who selflessly give of their time at night and on the weekends to really be involved in the community and be just more than a financial institution. We're partners for them. So I think that's really what separates
and it
us.
means something to them. It's not, so we can say we did 1,000 hours or something.
Right.
I think, just being part of those events and being part of, the different give back things that we do, like it's it's personal to our staff, and I find that really admirable, and I'm glad to be a part of that
Yeah,
group.
it's so rewarding because we
Mhm.
do that for our community and we do that through our foundation
Mhm.
um, that we've had now for 10 years. Hard to believe the foundation's been around for 10 years helping people out. But what's the one thing that you wish more members or even the common person on the street knew about our credit union?
So I think what I would wish our members knew more of was the products that we offer. And, I know when you're maybe looking for a new banking institution, you're looking for a checking account or you're looking for a Visa card. But in reality, like we have developed a lot of products to serve all the needs of our members beyond just a checking account and maybe a Visa, right? We have business services and we're able to offer SBA loans to members and, just a lot of different services that they may need at one point in time in their lives. I think that is a good benefit that we're able to provide to our members that they can, kind of one-stop shop at the credit union.
Yeah, it really is. We are here to help all of our members, right? Uh, we try to put together a suite of products and services that will benefit our members, but we're not always going to be the best deal. And if a member brings in, hey, this is why I can get someplace else and it's a better deal, we'll tell you it's a better deal. Now, we think when you look at the totality of our products and services that it is the best deal that you can find out there, but we're really in it to help all of our members thrive and succeed. So it's great to just see how that manifests itself through the members and through the employees. So,
Yeah.
what's the proudest moment or milestone you've had here at the credit union or that you've seen us accomplish?
Sure. So I've been here 13 years now, we've done a lot of growth in terms of just growth in membership, but also growth in our abilities and the services we offer. I think the one thing I'd point to as kind of my proudest was we did hit $1 billion in assets. That was in 2017, I believe. And the reason is not necessarily because it's a number. I think it was because I came, here, a few years before that. And I think the whole financial industry was kind of still going through the financial crisis, '08, it took a lot of years. And I think, when we hit that $1 billion mark, it kind of, was a shift for me from like kind of managing that crisis to growing and improving and making, more products that the members will like. And that to me was kind of an inflection point for us. So I that would be my
And
moment.
today we're over 2.3 billion in
We are.
assets. So we've really grown a lot. But I guess for me, more than the numbers, but I really appreciate that answer. But it's seeing the staff. And so many of our staff, as you know, started either at tellers or MSAs and have worked their way up to management now or senior management. So it's just the longevity of the staff that speaks to the culture that we've created here, and just everybody it knows that the member comes first, and we're really working to help our membership. So
Yeah, we definitely have focused on, or definitely have a advancement for our employees, like trying to get additional skills and trying to help them, to be better in their careers. And I think that is definitely a great thing that we do.
I mean, we do always try to put the member at the center of everything, but obviously we're not perfect. We make mistakes,
Yep.
get some things wrong. And how does the credit union handle a member complaint or that feedback?
So yeah, I mean, everyone makes mistakes, right? But what I would say is, I look at it as, like surveys, right? We get member surveys, for different, services we provide and get feedback from members. And I think actively soliciting feedback from members so that we can maybe address or improve our processes before it gets to a major issue for our members, I think is good. And frankly, I mean, we look at all those surveys and we actually, prepare our strategic plans or things we want to implement in the next year, 2 years, whatever, from those feedback, from that feedback. So I think that's the positive spin of, handling feedback. I will say, one thing I always admire is that you put the Ask the CEO or Contact the CEO out on the website. I think that takes courage, because you don't always get that you're doing a great job when you put that out there. And so I think that's another way that we want to really hear. We don't just say we want to hear.
Sure. So what do you feel is the biggest opportunity we have to make our members' financial lives better?
The services that we offer and making sure our members know, the services that we offer. I think ultimately you want to focus on the members' needs, and what, if we're looking to develop a product or looking to improve something, it should be around what the members really need and want.
Mm-hmm.
And so the focus really is on our members. And I think, the improvements or the changes we need to make become really self-evident from that.
Yeah, as you know, we meet every week, the senior management team, and talk about what we can do better for the members. And the members is at the focus of everything we do, and how we can make a difference in our members' lives. And that means focusing on improving people's financial lives, whether that be through better rates or lower fees or practical guidance, and products and services designed to meet their real needs.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you're buying a car or purchasing a home or building savings or planning for the future, we really are truly after making our members thrive. So it's just not something that we talk about. It's really something we do. So in everything we do, it's really all about the members. That's our focus, and that's what I really appreciate about our management team. So what's one service you think we could offer at iTHINK that maybe more members should take advantage of?
Yeah, so I had kind of mentioned, we offer a lot of services. So if nothing else, just, ask, and we probably, have something that will work for your needs. One thing that I'm proud of that we recently have rolled out is the myRewards Visa. So we've had a balance transfer visa, kind of a balance transfer type visa for a while, and we just, we felt like, we needed to have a rewards based visa. And behind the scenes, there's a lot of work that goes into, kind of implementing something like that. And I was a part of that with the rest of our team. And when we were finished, I thought to myself, this is a good product. Like we worked really hard to make a good, compelling product. So, I would say the myRewards Visa, we continue to have unique, like kind of monthly 2 times points for different things. I think this month is gas, and we try to be timely with those kind of things. Like, we know gas is expensive, so let's try to offer rewards that help with that. I think, we're looking possibly at a Christmas in July type thing. So we're always trying to be unique with that visa, and hopefully, if you don't have one yet, definitely should get one.
Yeah. No, I agree
that
the rewards card was something we rolled out last year. It was a product that was kind of missing from our portfolio product, so it was a good fill in there, and it's really kind of table stakes in many ways to financial institutions. Most everybody now has a rewards card, so the membership truly is taking that up. And our myChoice checking account is a great option for our members because it earns interest. That product we rolled out, it's been 5-6 years ago.
It's been a while. Yeah, we raised the rate a couple times.
And that was really designed for kids that are starting their careers and trying to build a little bit. Maybe they don't have a lot of money, but if they're sitting there in their transactional account, they can earn some interest on that.
Yeah.
And before we just had the free checking and the identity theft, but we kind of rolled some of that into this new product, and it's really been a great product for us. I think more people should take advantage of it.
Yeah.
That and wealth management. If you're not on the front end, you might be on the back end of your life with more assets and more wealth. And we have a great team of wealth management individuals that can speak to and meet your financial needs or look at what you're doing and how you can get there based on where you want to be. So I think some of those products, I constantly hear sometimes, hey, I didn't know that you offered mortgages. Well, we've offered mortgages for
Sure. Years.
Years. But as a member, many times you don't know that we have it unless you need it. So in that regard, I think a couple of these products, the rewards card, 7% interest checking account, and our wealth management is something that I wish more people would take advantage of because they are truly good products.
They are.
People. So what's one thing you wish every member truly understood about how credit unions, because you worked in a bank, are different than banks?
So, I think the number one thing I would say that's different between a credit union and a bank is the ownership of it. Banks are owned by shareholders that either do or do not have products with are not depositors or borrowers, but shareholders. And credit unions are owned by the members of the credit union that have the deposits, have the loans, that they're invested in the credit union, and it's owned by the members. The positive about that is, a bank dividends money to their investors every year. You take, a large bank like a Bank of America, they dividend billions of dollars.
Sure.
I think it was like $9 billion last year in dividends. Credit unions, our dividends are in services to our members. They're in serving the community and doing different things to help the community. So I think that's the major difference between banks and credit unions.
No, I couldn't agree more. That truly is the difference. I mean, bankers, and I often say bank is a 4-letter word, but nothing against our banker friends out there. They have a purpose. Banks were established to help businesses, and that business-to-business relationship, where credit unions were actually established to help everyday consumers meet their financial needs by people pooling their money together and loaning them out.
Yep.
So that's really our mission here at the credit union, is we want to truly make a difference by pooling everybody's money together and then offering it to other people that can then see their dreams and goals met. So credit unions are a tremendous advantage. If you're not part of iTHINK Financial, you should be. Just thank you for listening to iTHINK Financial, and I hope you learned a little bit more about why you should join iTHINK.